Not every day, one of the greatest basketball players in the history of the sport chats it up on the airways of KSL Sports. Former Jazzman Thurl Bailey, every Tuesday, hosts the Thurl Talk podcast. His guest just a few days ago, Dr. J, Julius Erving, on topic Jazz All-Star big man Rudy Gobert and the transformation of the NBA style of play away from that dominant big man when the doctor played.
1964, Oscar Robertson was the most valuable player in the league.
Right.
And he won that award. And in 1981, I won the award. And it was the first time that the award had gone to a non-center since Oscar.
Right.
So there was a stretch there, 17 years or whatever that is. No, 64 to 81. How much is that? It's 81. It's 17 years. The centers had dominated. Centers were the key. Centers were the, you couldn't win a championship without having a great center.
Right.
So things changed after 81, and then in the 80s you had, Bird and you had Magic and you had, there were a couple centers in there who won, but it was non-centers in the game. And now it's, you just go back. These guards, they're running the show.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like the dominant forces. The Steph Currys and LeBron. He plays all the positions, but he's not a center. And so it's really hard. The center has become a dinosaur. And unless they can move outside and they can play like Jokic and play like Embiid or whatever, then they're going to be neutralized somehow in a 7-game series if they can only play the low post. Because there's strategies for a guy who is only a low post player. I don't particularly like seeing centers shooting threes because they're probably going to shoot 30%. From out there, I'd rather see him take a 50 or 60% shot or whatever. But it's a part of the game and spreading the floor and keeping the heat on the other team and keeping your options open.
So how does a guy like Rudy Gobert here in Salt Lake City make it work? Is it the system?
Yeah, I think they have a very good system, and he deployed, interestingly enough, and Donovan. Being as good as he is, as young as he is, just coming in and being able to take the reins the way that he has. Joe does a great job in terms of mixing. But, at the end, are they really contenders for the championship?
Right.
Can
you win a 7-game series with that?
Yeah, that's what you have to look at because teams constantly adjust. And if you give them more to adjust to, as you know, then it's harder for them. But if you're limited in terms of the adjustments that they have to make, they make those adjustments, like nothing. So I would think that Rudy's backup guy has to be able to spread the floor.
Gotcha.
Because this teams are going to play small, and they're going to have to, they're going to have to match that.